wendet sich zu Emerson mit seinem Gesang und meint an anderen Emerson, welcher ist höher von dem, was hocht. Und 2 Hände hat nicht beirrig größer, wie sah jederle bedarf zu haben. So he turns to someone with his song, and he means another somebody who is higher up, who higher up than the person who hears. And he has 2 hands, not really bigger than the hands that a Yidler needs to have.
Who's meintus? What? Not bigger than the hands that. I don't understand that.
What he's talking about here is, I think, the person who hears him is that person.
No, that part I understand. That ich verstehe. Aber nicht be'erich größer wie also. What does he mean by that? That I understand that he's looking upwards.
Yeah. Hands that are bigger than a
Nicht be'erich größer.
Are not bigger than the hands that a Jew needs.
I don't understand.
And I think that the word be'erich is not necessary here. It's confusing.
Okay, even if we take that out,
yeah.
Not bigger than the hands that a Jew needs to. I don't understand it. Ich verstehe nicht.
He has, I would say, hands of an average size, maybe.
Okay, all right.
Maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
Schwarze, ausgearbeitete seien sie, mit verfarbten Nägeln. So the hands are black, and they hands that have worked very hard with painted nails. Now, I'm not sure why he would have painted nails.
Because he puts lac on the wood.
Well, perhaps
red when so the lac, the dye, the farb, the color is on his nails.
Perhaps,
I think.
Perhaps that's it. Yeah, perhaps that's it. He certainly doesn't paint his nails with nail polish.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Und sahen euch schlecht zugepasst zu seiner gelblich-blasse, verkascherte Orms. And they are also bad, they don't fit very well with his yellow, pale, rolled up sleeves of his arms. Wie besondere Beschäftigten, was leben sein eigenes Leben, als sie bewegen sich die paar Hände. So his hands move as if they were separate beings, separate creatures who have a life of their own. Jedne geben sie ein Chab, das dem Hubel, das dem Zirkel, das dem Bleipen. So avidly, greedily, they grab. This one first, they grab the plane, and then they grab the compass, and then the pencil. Und jeder so bistre Bewegung kommt bei ihm raus zum Takt von sein Gesangele. And each comes with a swift movement, which is, comes out of him the beat of his song. So the movements are in time to the beat of his little song. Und die alle Besonderlichkeiten geben zu einer modernen Warmkeit sein eingeknetschten Gufferle, seine eingetrickten Gufferle, seine eingefallene Schleifen. And all these movements, these peculiar movements, give him a strange warmth, give a strange warmth to the furrowed or the dried out little body, his dried out little body, and his sunken temples. Und der ganze Reb Simcha sieht euch a Sach inger wie is. And this Reb Simcha looks much younger than he really is. Der Pfarr is Risha sein Weib a Sach mehr verältert. Vor der Zeit zerknetscht. And for that reason, Risha, his wife, is much more, looks much older. She's prematurely wrinkled. A verbissene Idinke, ständig in vergrinnten Parik über die rätschlich Haar. So she's a relentless little woman, always in her greenish wig, which is over her straggly hair. 12 Jahre seinen schöner Rieber sind ihre Chederinglich seinen von der Welt gegangen. Und sie hat es noch Adayoim nicht verdient. So it's 12 years since her Chederinglich left this world, and she hasn't got over this till today. Ad Hayoim bringt in ihr a weiberisch nicht Ginnerischkeit zu alle Idenes, was haben Kadeshim. Ihre bläuliche Lippen seien ständig verschmiert mit a stummer Teiner gegen Rebäunischen Neulam. Phew, that's quite a description.
Right.
And even till today, she has this expression on her face of begrudging all women who have sons who can say Kaddish for them.
No, I think it's a Weibische. She has a womanly, not forgivingness. It's not that she has it to woman in ear of Weibische. It's what Shinora is saying. It's this sort of womanly grudge.
It burns within her.
It burns within her.
Yes,
fact
you're
that
right.
that she begrudges to this day all the
Maybe
women
Yanka was being too polite.
who have
Didn't want to
sons.
say that.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is that she has this, but it's a negative thing that he's saying, this female begrudging.
A female begrudgingness.
Yeah. Which of all women who have Kadeshim, her bluish lips are always pursed with a silent argument against the Ribono Shel Olam. Verwas und verwen hat sie Sicht gelassen, Blut vergießen und weinen von der Brust, in Cheder geben lernen, und noch zusammen zu beiden.
Zunehmen, sie beiden.
Zunehmen.
They beiden, yeah. Why did he, for no reason that he spilt the blood, they were weaned from the breast, sent them to Cheder to learn, and then afterwards he took both of them back. Beiden in een Woche, both of them in 1 week. Frau Moscheken in seiner kindischen Einsamkeit ist der Stolles Heiske gewinnt eine ganze Entpleckung. So for Moscheke, in his childish loneliness, the carpenter's house was a complete revelation, a whole revelation. Nur der Weltbeschaffung, was hat gelernt mit Kiva in Chumash, is Simchas Wartschaft gewinn das Beschenperle von der Schaffung. So the creation of the world, which he learned with Kiva in the Chumash, he saw in Simcha's workshop the most obvious proof of creation. In Chumash, Tohu Vavohu, und Gottes Geist schwebt über dem Wasser. So in the Chumash, this Tohu Vavohu, the chaos, and God's spirit hovered over the water. Und do a mishmash von Bretter und Klepperts und Schweckes und Hublichts. And here in the workshop, there's a mishmash, a confusion of planks and adhesive and nails and planes.
I think it's shavings.
Shavings, okay.
Yeah.
Und auf die Wand seinen umgehangen kollerlei Sägen und Lottes und Wirren und Zirkeln. Und Simcha der Stoller ist die Knie in Spendlach, schwebt über dem dosigen Tol Vavo und messt und engbert und klebt und schwecket, ja. And on the walls, there were hanging all different saws and chisels and rulers and compasses. And Simcha, the carpenter, is up to his knees in Spendlach, in chips of wood. And he hovers over this chaos, this tohu vavohu, and he measures, and he drills, and he knocks, and he nails. Zalke, sein Gehilf, mit der Belma auf ein Oig helft him. So Zalke, his assistant, with a cataract over one eye, assists him. Und ippischt mit gekochten Klei. Und es schmeckt mechayedig mit frischen Lack. And he smells of cooked clay, heated up clay.
No, glue. Clay is glue.
I think that it's not he that smells, it's the
No, it's the room, the
it's
atmosphere
the room.
smells.
That's this.
But
Yeah.
clay is glue. Can you imagine that? They're like getting high on this glue. Isn't that dangerous? Anyway.
Okay.
Nicht wichtig.
Like it is smelling here in
It
in the
is full
room.
of the smell, yeah.
Smell, okay,
It's
of the glue.
pleasurable.
And it schmeckt begrijpelijk, and it smells, and the fresh lekker smells wonderful. Struschkes fliehen in die, und die Holzmel schützt sich von a Spray, wie a Sprayregen. So the shavings fly and the sawdust pours like as if it was a spray of rain. Und von dem ganzen Mischmasch wächst daraus a Stück Möbel. And from all of this mess, there grows a piece of furniture. A Tisch, a Bett, a Stuhl, a Schmeckendix, a Lachedix. So a table, a bed, a chair, good smelling, and a funny item. Gebräunt oder geschwarzt. So painted brown or painted black. Auf sein zerpattelten Kopf schaut das Zauke der Gehilf weg für die Kunden, was haben das bestellt. And on his disheveled head, Zelka, the assistant, carries away to the clients whatever they have ordered. Al Piroiv trifft das Freitag noch halben Tag. Usually this happens on a Friday after midday. Nicht allemal geht Simcha der Stoller mit. aufzumonnen für der Arbeit. And Stoller, Simcha, the carpenter, doesn't always accompany Tzalka to, excuse me, to collect the money for the work. Oftmals bleibt stehen in der offenen Tür von sein aufgeräumter Heiske. Very often he stands in the open door of his aufgeräumt, cleaned up house mit a frischen Hemd unter der Pachwe und mit a grünem, trockenem Besem in Hand. So he stands at the open door of his cleaned house with a fresh, wearing a fresh shirt. Having a fresh shirt under his armpit and with a green, dry broom in his hand. Okay, I think I've read enough.
Okay, thank you. This was a very difficult section, Yankev. Thank you. You passed.
It doesn't need any.
You passed. Okay, Nechama.
Avor.
Nechama.
Simcha, klebt sich gehen in Bod und guckt noch Zahlenkin, welche spreißt weg mit einem Stück Möbel auf den Kopf. He klebt sich und gehen. He's getting ready to go to the bath, to the mikvah, and he cooks and he's going to the mikvah. It's Friday afternoon, and he Freitag, and he looks after Tzalka, the helper, who is going away with the little piece of furniture on his head. Simcha is nur ungetun in seine Wochendigkeit, in seine Brudner, Pluderen und Vater. Simcha is
noch ungetun.
He's still dressed in his weekday clothes, in his dirty trousers and his apron. Nur die Reuigkeit von der Scheffel, was hat abgetun sein Arbeit, ist schon ausgegossen auf sein legigen Ponym und ein Abglanz von a tiefer Freude strahlt heraus von seinen blau-grünen Augen. Remember the turquoise eyes. Lebendiger Tierkesen von Mummels Sterzes Brosch. So he's standing there in his dirty clothes, but the peacefulness of a creator who has done his work is already pouring over his face, is already apparent on his face. And the look of a deep happiness in his blue-green eyes, those lively turquoise, like the lively turquoise in Mama Stera's brooch. Und Freitagsnacht in Beis Midrash, B'shas Kabbalas Shabbos, Zet Moisheke mit was for a kavana simcha der Stolia zukt vayachulu hashamayim v'kol hatzva'am. And Friday night, it's a beautiful song. And Friday night in the synagogue at the time of Kabbalat Shabbat, Moisheke sees with what kind of a devotion. Simcha, the carpenter, sings, and he made the heavens and all of it and everything that was. Mit vermachte Augen und se strahlende knetliche Rum der geschnittenos, with closed eyes and with the wrinkles around his carved nose. Und Moishekin dacht sich, als keiner von den Davener hat nicht a Sache neue von Vayachulu wie Reb Simcha. And Mosheke thinks to himself that nobody of the daveners, of the, how would you say that, of the prayer people?
That pray.
The people that pray, the daveners there.
The congregation, huh?
The congregation has as much pleasure from Hayachulu as Reb Simcha. Jener, wo sitzt a ganze Woche in Krom und schleppen Peuren fall de Peules, kennen Azah Hanoyen mithoben. This is interesting. The others that sit all week in their stores und schleppen Peuren fall de Peules. Now, this expression, are they pressing the peasants for the payment, or they're cheating them? Schleppen Peuren.
I think they're trying to get them to come into the shop and buy. So they're
Right.
pulling their coattails.
Pulling their coattails. Poilus is the coattails. Pulling them by the coattails, bringing the poirim in. They cannot have such a joy. Simcha de stolia, yo. Simcha, the carpenter, yes. Hat epis geschaffen. He created something. Hat sein Sach abgetan. He did something. He achieved something in comparison with the others.
He created something.
Say again?
He created something.
He created. That's the word. He created something. He created something. A shutuf zu dem, was hat die Welt beschaffen, is der Stolier geworden. He became, in Moshe's eyes, the carpenter has become a partner with he who has created the world. It's quite a position he's put him in. Beautiful. Moshe zu Gebundenkeit zum Stolier hat sich angehäuben schon dämmerst, wenn ist zum ersten Mal herübergetragen Simchas Schwer, a Verschämter mit ein Finger in Mäuel, und hat sich sicher herumgeguckt. Machen es hat weiter, sie nicht. So Moshe's connection to the carpenter had begun back then, when the first time when he crossed over Simcha's threshold, a shamefaced one with the finger in the mouth. Remember, he's 8 years old and he's still going with the finger in the mouth. And he uncertainly looked around and he thought to himself, should I make this step or should I not make this step? Reb Simcha hat gleich aufgehört zu heubeliven, we've all learned that word, angestellt auf in kleinem Eurech die tierwiesene Augen und sie sungen sich mit der Kohl von der Chasendol noch a Tainis und mit a Nigun von ein Magid. And Reb Simcha immediately stopped his planing, and he looked at his little visitor with his turquoise eyes, and sang to him with a voice from a chazan after a fast. and with the song of a Magid. Ach, das bist du go, Moishele. Komm rein, mein Kind, komm rein. Oh, you're here. Moisheke, come in, come in. Adaraba, ze wie jeden Horven, ze wie Simcha Stolie verdient koscher sein Bräut. Hast du schon ungeheuben, hab ich gehört Chumash? So you come in and you will see the way Jews work, and you'll see the way Simcha, the carpenter, earns in a kosher way, in a proper way,
Honestly.
earns his bread. Say again?
Honestly.
In an honest and proper way. Yes, thank you. Proper way, earns his bread. Have you already begun to learn Chumash? You've already begun to learn Chumash? Ungeheuben. I have begun. Is wie steht dorten? Now we have to ask.
V'zeya
Zeya.
sapecho tochal.
Is there Teich? And what is written there? And what is the translation? Mitten Schweiß, stammelt Moscheke. Mitten Schweiß, von deinem Ponem sollst du essen Brot. From the sweat of your brow, you're going to you'll eat bread. Ot, Moschele. Setz sich zu, look. Und Simcha, sit down. Und Simcha hat sich zurück an nem getun, der Heuvelit. He again began to do his planing. Should I continue a little
Okay.
more?
Okay. I think it's Golda's turn. Thank you.
Moscheke hat sich zugesetzt auf ein Klotz und eine Weile neugierig zugeguckt. Moscheke sat down on a plank and while anxious, he looked on anxiously. Die Reihe Brett unter Simchas Hand ist geworden als glatter und schöner und dünner. The piece of wood under Simcha's hands became smoother, more beautiful, and thinner. Was tut dir? Hat Moscheke afregetan. What are you doing? Moscheke asked. Was tu ich? What am I doing? Hat sich Simcha gleich zugesungen. Simcha immediately started singing. And Moscheke hat sich ausgedacht, als Simcha hat gerien, schweigendig, geheuvelt und gewahrt auf eine Fragele, die geben einen singendigen, langen Entfer. And Moscheke immediately thought that Simcha quietly continued planing, and he waited for this very question in order to give an answer in song. Was tu ich? What am I doing? Betelech, mach ich. I'm making little beds, Moscheke, mein Kind, Meisha, my child. Alches wachsen in Wald und Dembes wachsen und wachsen alleine zu lieb was. They all grow in the forest. And
He's naming kinds of woods. Wood.
yes.
Alchis is an alder and oak. They grow in the woods.
And Dembes wachsen, and and the woods grow and they grow and they alone don't know why. Unseli Bemen, why and for whom? Simcha weist aber ja. Kop über Kop gucken sich über die Weindelach. Simcha, but Simcha knows why. One head over another, they look over the trees. Then wird kommen ein Mensch und wird sie äußern. When is a person can come and let them know? Kommt again der Säger und sagt. So the person with the saw comes and says, Ich weiß, I know. Kommt again Simcha der Stolje und sagt. So Stolje, Simcha, the carpenter, comes and says, Ich weiß noch besser. I know even more. Hoef je weg, Simcha der Stolje und Gletze Eis. The boards are planed. Simcha planes the boards and he smooths them out. Brettele mit gespreite holzerne Finger geht up Shalom a zweite Brettele. Board with spread out wooden fingers. Get up Shalom, Shalom, the helper, gives him another board. Atazai is good.
Wait. Get up Shalom. Isn't that like give a handshake? Get up Shalom.
It's
Get up
as if
Shalom.
One
piece fits into
piece of wood says hello to the other, another piece of wood, as if there's a conversation.
Yes.
It's a beautiful expression. Get up Shalom.
Gespreite holzerne Finger. Because get up Shalom at zweite Brettele. I don't quite get the connection.
Like one piece of wood is meeting another piece of wood. They're joined. Get up Shalom. You know, I'll see you gold. I'll get you. I'll give up Shalom. I'll give you a greeting.
I'll greet you.
And we'll be together.
With a second board.
Mhm.
Atazai is good. That's the way it should be done.
Mhm.
Is heißt das abgemacht, and that means it's finished. Simcha Stolje gießt noch ab seine hilzerne Finger mit heißen Klei. Simcha, the carpenter, pours several wooden fingers with hasten clay, with he pours something on the boards of wood.
Hot glue.
Yes, clay. Der Shalom soll sich halten, so that the pieces of wood that meet should stay together. Stark, the Eisen soll sein. Strong like iron, they should remain. Azoi macht Simcha bettelach for jüdische Kinder. And in this way, Simcha makes beds for Jewish children. Reibt sie up mit Glaspapier. He rubs them with sandpaper. Satzkit say ice. He works on them so that they should look good. Mit Farb, bedeckt sie mit Lack. He colors them and then shellacks them. Leuchten sie the hellfond sun, and they glance, and just like the teeth of an elephant. Jüdische Polach, wenn sie willen Chassene haben. Jewish couples, when they want to get married, kommen sie früher zu Simchen. Asach Shklavel Polach. Jewish couples, when they want to get married, come to Simcha first. A lot of shklavel. What is shklavel?
That's the place. That's the
name of the place.
Azach shklavel
That's-
Polach. Oh, okay, Meishinke. Schlafen in Simchas Betten. A lot of the people here in the village, Meishinke, sleep in my beds. Stark seien sie und Rael gemacht. Wait just 1 minute. Stark wie Eisen soll sein. Also macht Simcha Bettel if I did that. Wait just a minute. Sie skrippen nicht sie de Bettlich von die heintige Mandetnikis.
Tandetnikes.
Where do you think that word comes from?
They don't scratch on the floor, the beds, just like today's
I think he said he means they don't squeak.
Like the
I
work
found-
of today's bunglers.
No,
You know, in other words, he does it in a traditional way, and the bunglers of today, the tandetnikils, it's a word of derision. It's a word of scorn.
I found in the dictionary clumsy workmanship.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Delva kommt men zu Simchen. That's why they come to Simcha, to me. Du hast denn Idee, Meischele, die Choschen Kalle freien sich, wenn sie del sehen Simchas Arbeit? Do you have any idea, Meishike, how a bride and groom are joyous when they see the work that I've done? Zwei Betten wie die Teibelach. 2 beds like doves. Zugetulliert mit die Schöne Zukappens. They're with work, with artistry, like with the beautiful heads together. Oder mit the eisgelackte Seiten, or with the sides that have been worked on. Die leuchtendicke Tierkissene Augen von Stolje haben nach Sinn geguckt, geht's weit. The eyes, the beautiful bright eyes of the carpenter didn't look. They looked somewhere else, far away. Meishikes Eigen seinen schein da mehr nicht gewinnt der Icke. Meishikes ears now were not the reason for it. Simcha hat schon hat Sinn gesungen und gedroschen zu sich allein. Simcha now was singing and working for
Preaching,
himself.
preaching.
And preaching to
Zogen
himself.
a drosche, gedaschen.
No, das Gesang, was hört sich an wie ein Yom Kippur-dicke Gebet von einer behaarten Chasendl, der plötzlich übergeschlagen durch einen trockenen weiberischen Kohl. But the song that sounded just like a Yom Kippur prayer from a chazantel that was singing his heart out was suddenly interrupted through a dry, wifely voice. Disha, die Stoljerke, steckt daraus ihr versascheten Panem von Kirchareus und ihr brüdiger Vater ist fachedick also wie ihr Kohl. Risha, the Stoljer's wife, puts in her her withered face from the kitchen, and her clothing, her apron is the weekly one, as just like her voice. Gib noch a Guck, macht sie, wie hat sich dort zusungen und zerdroschen. Take a look, she said. The way he's singing and preaching. A Kadishol Rishinka, a little boy, he says to his wife, Verempfet sich Simcha. Simcha answers, Kievis Kadishol sits by me. Kievis little son is sitting with me. Is was versteht a Kind? Was stillst du in my cup? Betten, smetten.
Okay. Was vergingst du mir nicht, Rischinke, bet sich Reb Simche? Ich habe etwas größere Vergnügens. Why do you resent me, Rischinke? Why can't you stand it? That I am enjoying myself. Do I have any other pleasures? Which means that his great pleasure is communicating with Mosheke. Kadishim Baruch Hashem ob ich nicht. Red ich zu fremde Kadishim. I don't have sons to say Kaddish after me. So therefore I am speaking to other boys that can say Kaddishim, that can say Kaddish. Kinder hören mit dem Herzen, Rischinke, mein Weib. He's really preaching to her. Children hear with their heart. Du verstehst doch, Moschinke, was ich sing zu dir. Sog. You understand, Moschinke, what I am singing to you, right? Say if you do. No Moschele, sag gar nicht. Sitzt auf Schemter, auf euer Klotz, und hat kein Mut nicht zu sagen, als Simchas Singen gefällt ihm. Moshe Shele doesn't say anything. He's sitting, feeling shy or bashful on a cloth that's on a piece of wood.
Log.
On a log,
Log.
yeah, on a log. And he's not in a mood to say anything that Simchas singing, that he likes Simchas singing very much, sehr stark, und als die zerknetschte Idinke mit dem verräucherten Pony und mit dem Fartuch hat sich da reingemischt und Kalle gemacht. He doesn't want to say that Simcha's singing. He likes it a lot, and the Yidinke. This is something Yidine. This Jewish woman with the wrinkled face and with the apron. She got involved here, and she ruined everything. She ruined his enjoyment. Legt auf Finger und wart die Stolierke soll zurück weg in Kicherein und der wart sich. So he licks his finger and he waits until the carpenter's wife, is the Stolierke, she would go into the kitchen, and again, so he's waiting. So holt sich weiter Reb Simcha. So Reb Simcha is doing his
planing, straightening out the board, making it.
Yeah, okay. Zwingt sich und zieht ein Ton durch der geschnitzte Nuss wie ein Chasen, wo stellt on die Kli. He goes into a song and he makes a sound of a tone through his shape. Geschnitzt is like shaped nose. I think
is it chiseled? I mean, is it chiseled? Does it mean it's finely drawn? Chiseled. Chiseled. I have to turn off the heat in my room. Excuse me for 1 minute.
Okay.
Go on. I'll come back.
Okay. Okay. Die Achasen, wo stellt on die Kli. Achasen, wo stellt on die Kli. What I see in this Kli, maybe a peach pie that a Chasen uses. You tell me, it's like he gives himself. It's as if he's giving himself the key to his melody, like a Chasen that gives himself the key via a peach pie. That's how I see it.
It's as if he's tuning his voice. His voice is the key.
Oh, the voice. Okay. Yeah, that's more possible. Yes. Gefunden dem übergerissenen Kohl singt sich weiter wie gar nicht wohl geschehen. Now, okay, I see. Now he finds the sound that was interrupted. He finds it back, and now is able to sing again as if nothing happened. Singt und hubliewet zum Takt. So he sings and he works.
In time to the
Time. See
In
this?
time, zum Takt, maybe Takt is pace,
No.
tempo.
In the same beat. It's like he
Yes.
works.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
So
That's
it
right.
shows
Sing,
you
no,
how linked the two are. The
Yeah,
work
okay.
and the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Thank you. That's right. In a Betele, Moschenke mein Kind, wird man geboren. In a Betele, noch 120 Jahre, sagt man wieder. In a bed, Moschenke, my child, one is born, and also in a bed, after 120 years, you say, like a confession, before one dies. Is men klein, liegt men in Betele, is men alt, liegt men euch in Betele. When one is little, one lies in the bed, and when one is old, one also lies in bed. A Stück Leben verbringt man in Bett, Moschenke. One spends a lot of one's life in bed, Moschenke. Gvirim länger, Kapzonim kürzer. Rich people spend more time in bed. Poor people spend less time in bed. A mensch on a bed is kein Mensch nicht. A Vogler, a Gornish, a person without a bed is not a person. He's a vagabond, a wanderer, a nothing. Wer es hat nicht kein eigen Bettele, der hat nicht kein Menucha, und andere Menschen haben von ihm euch kein Menucha nicht. He who doesn't have a bed, he has no peace. And also, other people don't have peace from him. That means they bother him. He bothers them. He bothers other people. He who doesn't have a bed. Also, it's the concentration on the bed. It's like the value of Simcha again as a carpenter. This is amazing. Zu a bed kehrt man sich wie zu a Mammen. One turns to a bed like to a mother. Men vordacht sich weg von ihr, weit. Die bittere Parnasse jogt weg. It seems you go away from her, from the mother, very far. The need to make a living pushes you to go away from her. There are a lot of Jews like that. No, das Bettele in Stub zieht von der Weitens, but the bed in the house draws you from far away. Das Klioch von die Beine zieht sie. The marrow, she draws the bone marrow of a person, the bed. Kehrt man sich zu ihr, so then you turn back to her. Zu Simcha dem Stolyar's bed, to the bed of Simcha, the carpenter. Was ist das? Mit einmal reißt Simcha allein über sein jontevdik Gesangele und schreit euch mit a nichterer, wochediger Stimme zu sein Gehilf. All of a sudden, or all at once, Simcha stops his holiday song, and he yells with a more of a weekly, a secular voice.
Sober.
Sober, okay, yeah, I found that too, with a sober, because he was like a little, yeah, okay. Stimme zu sein, with a sober voice to his help. Zalke, der lang mir a Koch dem größten Hovel, do is a Suk. Der kleine Hovel nimmt nicht. Zalke, give me please the big tool.
Plane.
Plane.
Plane, yeah. Here there is suk. I found suk in the dictionary. This is a rounded knot on a tree.
Yes.
That has a beautiful shape. That's what the dictionary told me. And don't take the small plane.
Yeah, the small plane can't deal with this, with the souk.
That's right. Thank you. The small plane cannot cannot deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Zalke, did I read enough?
Yeah, we can finish. Maybe we finish with, let's see how much longer we have. So maybe we finish a section. No.
Okay. Zalke mit der Wärme auf ein Oig, habt darauf von Wand dem größten Hovel und erlangt dem Balebos. Zalke with the cataract on one eye picks up from the wall the big plane, and he gives it to the boss. Mit der versorgten Pony schneidet Reb Simcha on dem harten Zug herum und herum. Reb Simcha is cutting up the knot with a worried face. So es soll nur kein Loch nicht werden. May there not be a hole there. Redet zu sich allein. He speaks to himself. Der noch geht a paar gitten a vor mit dem größten Hovel einmal und zweimal und der Pony leuchtet wieder auf. Then he makes a move with the big plane one time and two times, and then his face lights up again. Vergleicht dem rohen Ort mit dem kleineren Hovel. He smoothes up that space, that raw space with the smaller plane. Pusterholz Schlengelach fliehen dem Stoljar in Pony Marine. Pieces of wood. Schlengelach is that from schlang. It's a snake. Little
Shavings.
What did you say?
Wood shavings.
Shavings.
Wood. Okay.
Shavings.
Wood. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. I know. Wood shavings are flying into the carpenter's face. Puste struches von Säumen. Now, with this one, I found Sturges is I'm not sure that I can read it. I wrote something here and I don't know if I can.
Yes.
Can someone translate this?
Structures are husks, and zoimen are seeds. So the empty seeds from husks.
Husk. What is zoimen?
Seeds.
Seeds.
Zoimen, you know that
Seeds.
word. Zoimen.
We
the
had it,
seeds.
but here I don't know exactly. I couldn't put it together.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I don't know where the husks and the seeds come from. This piece of wood.